We're live. All right, so lots of technical difficulties. I have like $3,000 in camera equipment, and we're using an old school webcam, just the stock stuff on my laptop, because I can't figure out how to make it all work. I tried my best, but we're packing for a road trip, right? Doing a big cross-country trip, probably about 2,000 miles, 1,500, 2,000 miles, not sure yet. There's no real plans for the trip. We're leaving tomorrow morning, though. That's for sure. And, of course, we're not ready. We're not ready at all. There's stuff everywhere. Not ready for this. Every time I pack for a big trip, I always do it a little different. So we're going to stick to some of the basic rules here that I keep, but we're going to try to change it up a bit. I got a lot more stuff I'm bringing with me this time. And yeah, that's kind of the goal of this video. I wanted to make a nice, good edited video for this. I ran out of time. So we're doing it live, and it's the first time I've ever done live. I'm in the middle of doing some camera stuff now, but yeah, if you can't tell, there's stuff everywhere, and it's all got to get in this bike because I need to go to bed in like 2 hours. So we are bringing more camera equipment with us than I've ever brought on a trip before. And that's going to be goal one. I'm going to set this over here. Obviously, all right, it's the night before a nice big road trip. We're relaxing. What do we got on the menu tonight? Blake's Hard Cider, all right? Drink responsibly. I'm going to bed in 2 hours. Good stuff. All right. Camera equipment, all kinds of camera equipment. I got all kinds of everything. I plan on making some really cool videos for you guys. So I'm bringing a bunch of stuff that I've never brought on a trip before, which means we have a bunch of new cases of things. So the laptop case, I don't know how important that's actually going to end up being, but we're bringing it. Camera case, camera accessory case. The contents of this case is going to be brand new to this channel, all right? We got ourselves a drone, so we're going to be getting some drone shots. Drone case, that's all the camera equipment. So what I'm thinking is that we're going to dedicate the tour pack to all of said camera equipment. I'm going to toss it in there now. I would bring you guys over with me, but I can't because like we said, we're stuck with the bare bones tech. So you hang out over there. You can see me. All right. No big deal. Move the chair. I'm going to shove all this in here. And I'm thinking we're going to have extra room in the tour pack, which is good. You always want extra room. Oh, we got a ton of room here. Okay. Oh, my goodness. We have tons of room left in the tour pack. So all right, we're going to kind of be like rough fitting that. So the tour pack has all the camera equipment in very comfortably. We have room for more, which is good because you're always going to end up with extra stuff. Now, the saddlebags, all right? Pretty much always I kind of keep to my right saddlebag is all my riding gear. My left saddlebag is stuff. So my right saddlebag is going to have my rain gear in it. Let's see what's in it now. My rain pants. I did not prepare for this at all, okay? A beanie. I'm going to bring that just in case. Here is my charging cord that I was looking for. We're going to leave that there. All right. So, I got my rain booties in here. 2 bungee cords and a rain sock. So that's all staying. The beanie, staying. The rain pants, staying. I also have these nice little bag organizers in here. Again, I wish I could bring you over and show this to you guys, but I can't. These bag organizers. The one on this side, I keep all my paperwork in, registration, things of that. Speaking of paperwork, I have my ticket. So, quick outline of this trip. Like we said, no plans. You can't tell from the thumbnail. All right? We're going to multiple different states. I'm going to call this the Great Smoky Mountain Run. We're going through the Appalachian Mountains. I live up in northern Pennsylvania, so we're headed down, and we're going to hit all the common sites. I don't even know what most of them are. I have no plans. I'm just going to see where I end up. Tail of the Dragon, obviously, main priority. I'm heading to Maggie Valley. Going to be stopping at the Wheels Through Time Museum, doing all those things. I want to come back up through West Virginia, things like that. Go see some interesting stuff. I've been through there in the car plenty of times. I've never done it on my bike, so this is the first time for me. I'm very excited. I was supposed to do this trip last year, but a series of unfortunate events led to not being able to do it. But this trip is starting off at this place right here, all right? The Bonanza Extravaganza. That's where I'm headed tomorrow morning. It's in Hagerstown, Maryland at the Motor Speedway. And it's a really large fireman's benefit in the state of Maryland. I don't know how many fire departments are involved. I'm going to get all that info tomorrow, and that's going to be in a video. All right, it's going to be in a video. We're going to show you guys the Bonanza. It's a great thing. I'm meeting some friends down there. My father's down there, so I'm excited to meet up with them tomorrow. That's stop number 1, Hagerstown, Maryland, from up here in NEPA. Tomorrow's an easy day. Now, the last I checked, we are going to hit some rain tomorrow, so that kind of sucks, but it's an easy day tomorrow. It's only, I think it's like 200 miles, 3 hours, give or take. We're going to stop there in Hagerstown, go to the Bonanza, have a good time, potentially win some prizes. It's all charity. It's a great event. I've been there before, and it's something you should look up and look into in the future. It's a great event. We're stopping there. So, speaking of paperwork, this is my official ticket for the Bonanza. I need this, and I'm going to put it in my paperwork thing in saddlebag, right-hand saddlebag. So I know where everything's at. They're all going to be in the same spot. So I'm literally putting that in with my registration and whatnot. That's great. All right. Can't tell everything's everywhere because I'm not ready. So here's my still pretty damp raincoat. Not even a chance to dry out. This is the new Harley rain gear stuff. It's good stuff. Great stuff. It's not that old material. It's a new material. It holds up, pretty durable. I'm very happy with this purchase. And it comes with its own little carrying case built in. So, when I said you guys are literally going to get ready with me, I mean we're literally doing it all together here. Normally I'd edit this out and you wouldn't have to watch me do it, but there you go. Here's a time trial, how long it takes to shove this in there. Now, I might end up needing this first thing in the morning, but just in case I don't, I want it all packed and ready so I don't have to waste too much time and I can just leave. Because who wants to be hanging around any longer than they need to be, right? You want to get moving. Once I get up and I'm fully awake, I'm going to want to be on the road. So if I don't need the rain gear, it's packed, it's ready to rock and roll. And I'm happy. All right, rain gear, beanie. My rain sock for the air cleaner's in there. I got 2 bungee cords in there just in case I need them. Shouldn't need them on this trip. Now, in some trips, I do a lot of camping, all right? I'm not bringing the camping gear on this trip. I'm just a little kind of last minute / no plans / might not be going as many days as I originally thought. So I'm not bringing the camping gear. I'm just going to do the hotel deal. I'm kind of upset about that because I really do enjoy camping, but I got plenty of camping coming up. We're taking you guys on some cool camping trips this year. I'm not going to get into it quite yet. You're going to have to subscribe. You're going to have to pay attention. But we're doing some cool things this year, and it's going to be camping on the bike. But this trip, I don't know. I just don't think we're going to do the camping thing. So normally when I bring the camping gear, I got like a wet bag. You could shove a bunch of things in. I usually throw that on the back seat, and then I end up putting stuff on that rack. I load this bike right down. Because we're not bringing all the camping gear, kind of got a little extra room, which is another nice benefit. So we have all the riding gear in there. Now, the other piece of riding gear I would consider is my coat. Now, whatever this coat's made of, I think it's like half Kevlar, half something else. Ever since I bought this coat, my leather coat has been AWOL. I have not put my leather coat on since I acquired that coat. This coat, I've gotten from literally like 30 degrees, I've worn this coat, up to, once the vents are open, you can wear this up to about 80. Very tolerable. This is a great coat. It's way lighter than the leather, and it does the job in a much more broader spectrum of temperature ranges. So this is the go-to coat, right? My leather coat, I don't even know where it is. I don't even know if it's in the garage. It's probably upstairs in the closet, buried somewhere. That's my go-to coat now. That coat's coming too, but the likelihood of me wearing that coat the entire trip is pretty high, right? It's a great windbreaker. Probably just going to end up wearing it. Save yourself some space in your bags and whatnot. Wear your coat. But the other thing I like to wear, in case the coat comes off, I wear flannels on all my rides. Whether it's 30 degrees out or it's 102, I wear the flannel. It helps protect you from the sun, cuts a little wind. If you're dyna bros and things like that, of course, you got to wear the flannel, right? So I'll be wearing a flannel on my back tomorrow morning. This is a spare. And I have a hoodie, which I'll probably only be wearing at the end of the day or things like that if it's chilly. I don't even know what the weather's going to be like. Haven't really done my due diligence into that. Pretty sure it's going to rain tomorrow. That's about as far as I've got. But considering this riding gear, it's going in this bag. Just in case we need it on the fly, it's right there and ready for us. And it takes up about the same amount of space as the coat. So if the coat has to come off, we have to put one of them on, switch them out, we got room. There's still room in the saddlebag too. That's great. I'm considering that bag done. That is pretty much my riding gear. There might be one more thing we put in the bag towards the end, but we'll get there. Now, left-hand saddlebag is, like I said earlier, stuff. Okay? What do I mean by stuff? Well, one thing I have in there is, this is a first aid kit. This first aid kit, I bought this on Amazon like 2 years ago. It's got like everything in it that you might need. Hopefully I never need it, all right? But I bring it. That's got a lot of good stuff in it. When I go on the longer trips and I'm staying in a tent, say Sturgis, do camping in Sturgis, okay? If you're camping in Sturgis, if you're camping at a place, a remote place, or a place like the Buffalo Chip, there's not a whole lot of amenities and things like that. It's nice to have that with you, all right? You could run into something stupid out there. You might get to where you're going. You're not on the side of the road. You're camping for 3-4 nights somewhere, and you accidentally cut your finger pretty bad or something like that. All right, this has got a whole lot of stuff in it that hopefully we'll never need, but I got it with me, and that comes with me everywhere on the bike. I just feel a little bit better about it. Key fob batteries. If you don't know why I have these, someday you'll figure it out. All right, but I keep them with me. I got other things in here. Again, that saddlebag organizer I have in there. I got like my Easy Pass in there. I have an extra charger, as if I don't have enough chargers, but. Got some extra things in there. Another big one I'm going to put in there that we're going to go through together here is my little tool pouch. All right, things I need, especially doing like a solo trip like this. It's nice to have some tools with you. So my tool pouch is over here. Let's grab it. My tool pouch. So. First aid kit, gonna throw back in there. We know that's coming. I haven't had to open it, so I know it's good. Maybe that's a good rule of thumb. Maybe it's not. That's up to you. But if I don't have to open it up, everything's still in there. Those go down nice, by the way. Okay, everything in my tool pouch fell apart, as expected, which is fine. I got a socket set in here. I got a wheel and tire cleaner. I don't know if I need that. Dumb things. Channel locks. I do not need this. It's been a minute since this was in the bike, so of course, as soon as you take something out of your bike and you throw it in the garage, it accumulates more stuff, like a multimeter. I don't really need that on the trip. Famous last words, by the way. I end up needing a multimeter, but if I'm into something that bad, I'm into something that bad. Dumb stuff I bring with me. Electrical tape, a hose clamp. You never know, you might need it. All right? 2 rolls of electrical tape. That's a little excessive. We don't need that one, so we got 1. I got wire crimps in here. Tire plugs. Tire plug tools. Zip ties. Zip ties. Zip ties, zip ties. Zip ties. Do I need to say it again? Bring zip ties with you on big trips. All right? You never know what you might need a zip tie for, but you'll have it. That's great to have. Some of the things that I know are missing. All right? Pair of channel locks in here. Set of Allen keys. All right? Harley, definitely need that. One thing I have in here in the organizer that I didn't even cover. And this is a nice little Amazon buy. The name is worn off it, whatever it was called, V-Twin, whatever. It's made for Harleys. It's got pretty much every little tool on it that you need to do something. It even comes with little sockets. All right. It's got a wrench set. This thing was nice. It was like $12. All right. This stays with me all the time. But on a bigger trip, I take the big bag. Whatever else I might need. So the socket set that has exploded, that I hopefully won't even have to deal with on the trip at all, I'm going to leave in there. All right. Other things I'm definitely going to bring. I'm going to bring a socket to check the transmission. All right. Check transmission oil. I'm going to bring a 3/8 ratchet. We're going to put that all in there right now. Three-inch ratchet in the bag. Socket for the transmission in the bag. T25 Torx in the bag. That's probably about all. Again, vice grips, channel locks, small socket set, tire plug set. I have only 2 plugs. Some people him and haw about plugging motorcycle tires. I'll tell you what, if you're on the middle of the interstate, in the middle of nowhere in like Iowa, and you can plug a tire, it's worth plugging the tire. All right, you want to go down the road and change the tire, fine. But especially if you're by yourself, tire plug's not a bad thing to have. Oh, tire pump. Another Amazon buy. Very cheap. It works fine. Won't really fill a car tire that well, but hose comes off like that, goes in there. You can use this as a portable power bank, whatever you need to do. I'm pretty sure we're pretty charged. Yeah, full charge. So portable tire pump going in there. That should be all the tools I need for the trip. Everything's kind of in there. Like I said, I got that extra bungee cord net in here. Everything we went over already. That's about enough. Usually I bring a spare quart of oil. I'm not going to bring a spare quart of oil on this trip. I'm not going to be in the middle of nowhere. I'm going to be on, East Coast, I-81 corridor area. I shouldn't have a hard time getting oil if I need it. Hopefully I don't. This is only going to be, like I said, 1,500, 2,000 mile trip, give or take. Kind of in a populated area, nothing too wild. When I start going west, Sturgis especially, you're getting into 5,000 miles, double the size of this trip. That's a little different. You might want a couple extra things with you. I mean, it's not impossible anymore to find help if need be on the road, but it's nice to have a little something with you just in case. So, toolkit. The first aid kit fits down in the bottom pretty nice. And then, blam, toolkit goes right there. Other things I like to put in here. Key fob batteries. All right. That's going to go in the organizer pouch. So we know right where they are. I have an extra allergy pill. I'm going to be bringing a whole bottle of them with me, all right? You got allergies as bad as mine. You need them, but extra one just in case. There it is. Hairbrush, beard brush, all right? You got to adjust what you need to adjust. This is my stuff bag, all right? My hat will get tossed in there. Things like that. Quick access to things. If I throw my wallet in there or something like that. My quick access bag. That bag is pretty much done. All right. Now, you're probably thinking, are you going to bring clothes with you or whatnot? Yes. I'm doing something a little different this time. All my bigger trips, I've put clothes in either. I've done this like multiple different ways every single time. I've done the stuff bag, the gear bag. In past, I didn't have the tour pack. I could put clothes in saddlebags. I have that big dry bag, like I said, when I go camping. In the past, I've done clothes in the right saddlebag instead of gear. And then last year for Sturgis, I did clothes in the tour pack. It was mixed with other things, just loose in there. Now, I roll all my clothes. If you don't know that trick already, if you've never been on a motorcycle trip and you really need to know how to save space on clothes, you roll them. You roll them up in a little cylinder, everything. Your jeans, your shirts, boxers, socks, whatever. Roll them up. They take up a lot less space. I have fit 2 weeks worth of clothing in this. Some guys do the road trips. They only bring 3 sets of clothes. Some guys bring a set of clothes for every single day. It depends. For me, it depends on the particular trip. For this trip, I'm going to be gone about 5 days. I'm wearing a set of clothes tomorrow, and I have 4 sets of clothes in a bag. So I got a brand new set of clothes for every day of the week. That's fine with me. If I need to end up staying an extra day, I got to wear something one more time. That's fine with me. Some guys will bring 3 sets of clothes for 20 days. That's on you. All right. But I have my clothes in this thing this time. This little accessory bag. My father had this laying around. I knew he had it. I gave him a call. I said, let me try this because what I really want to get I'm craving is the Rick Rack bag that mounts on the back of the tour pack. It just clicks right in there. I really want that bag. It's too soon for this trip to grab it. It's like a $300 bag or so. I've seen it the last 2 years at rallies, events. I've looked at it online. I've seen other guys have it. It seems like a great bag. The reason being, if you're doing hotel stops, you could just unhook that bag, bring it in with you. You have all your stuff. You have all your deodorant, your clothes, whatever. You grab that bag, go in your hotel. You don't need to grab anything else, and you don't have to unload a tour pack. In the past, like I said, I've usually packed my clothes directly in a saddlebag, so I do not have to worry about them getting wet. This time, I'm taking a little bit of a chance with this. My father claims this bag is pretty waterproof. It does have a rain cover that I do not have. If we get that bad and I notice this bag is getting some water, I'll throw a garbage bag over it or something. It's a small bag. All right, as you can see, it's not that big. Inside this bag, I have an extra set of pants, two pairs of jeans. I have 4 pairs of boxers, 4 pairs of socks, 4 t-shirts, 5 t-shirts. I have 4 t-shirts and a button down. And I think a pair of shorts, all in this bag. Plus, I have the little travel size deodorant, shampoo, yada, yada, all in here. I can take this off the bike, run in the hotel. We're golden. So this is actually going on the back seat. This is a one-up trick, so I don't need to worry about using the back seat. And there it is. It's on there with the Velcro. It's got this extra strap. Run the extra strap around. Oh, there it is. If that comes off on the side of the highway, well, you guys are going to laugh. It'll be some good content. But I think it's on there pretty good. Just make sure. Yeah. And one of the big reasons I wanted that is because in the past I've used the big dry bag, big wet bag, dry bag, whatever you call them. I don't know. Keeps your stuff dry from the wet. All right. Whether it's called a wet bag or a dry bag, I don't remember. But I've shoved that in here. All right. Try to shove it behind the backrest, the rider backrest, and the passenger backrest. I always make it work, but it makes it really difficult to open the tour pack. Now watch this. Little bag. Tour pack opens right up. That was key. The Rick Rack bag probably, it's going to weigh down the tour pack lid quite a bit. So you'd have to be careful, but it's still easy to open up. In the Rick Rack bag, you could definitely fit a lot more stuff in this thing. This is one of them cheap leather bags that you could find, at all them generic places. One moment. Cheers. We're on a road trip tomorrow, so. Yeah, cheap leather bag. I think that's going to work the way I want it to. Can pull that right off, go in the hotel at the end of the day, no problemo. So, that's pretty much it. That's kind of all the stuff I need. I got a couple little extra things, all right? I got my coat. I know I'm going to be wearing this. So we're throwing that there. I mentioned there's going to be a little extra something going in that, the gear saddlebag, the right-hand saddlebag. So, if you can't notice now, I'm sporting my nice slippers, all right? I'm going to be wearing my boots on this trip. If you're one of the guys that can wear your boots 24/7 in your sleep, 365, that's fantastic. I'm not that guy. So I'm bringing a pair of sneakers, have a little luxury on this trip. So all I do is stick my sneakers in one of these plastic bags so that the rest of my stuff don't get too crazy dirty. And I'm going to shove that right in my right saddlebag. Whoop. Not that way, I'm not. Not side by side, you gotta do staggered. Actually, sole to sole, let's try that. Sole to sole worked very well. Boom, done. So I got enough camera equipment to film a short movie. I got an extra set of shoes. I got a hoodie. I got an extra flannel. My jacket will be on my back. Tomorrow is going to be chilly. Starting the day off at about 40 degrees, give or take, with also possibly some rain. So I'm going to wear a pair of thermal pants on the jeans. No big deal. Done it before. On the bagger, it's much more forgiving. So I'll have a couple little extra things I'll probably shed throughout the day that I'll end up putting in the bike. Of course, on any trip, you're going to pick some extra stuff up too. So, of course, probably pick up an extra t-shirt or two or whatnot. What I'm really excited about right now, and I'm not even thinking about this. This is a little tripod for the cameras. Forgot that was over there. But I have a ton of room in my tour pack right now, which I'm pretty excited about. I'm probably forgetting some things. I really think the only thing I've left, I literally have all my soap, my clothes, and everything packed in this little bag. The only thing I am forgetting at this very moment is my allergy medication, and I think my smartwatch charger. Yeah, so we're pretty well packed. I have my helmet, which will be on my head for the whole trip. I went and got a modular helmet, so when you're doing the slower stuff, if you need a little reprieve, you could pop this open. Not recommending to do that on the highway, but the modular helmet's a game changer, especially on the long trips, because on the long trips you always want the full face helmet, but then you hit moments where you don't want the full face helmet. So the modular is perfect, sweet middle there. I got to clean this up, and I'm gonna mount a camera to it. But other than that, I think we're kind of locked and loaded here. We started this live pretty late because I ran into them technical difficulties, but I think we're good. I think we're good.
Edward says extra set of goggles.
An extra set of goggles. Funny story, okay? Who said that? Edward. Funny story. So, my goggles, all right, my prescription ones that allow me to see, recently just lost a pair. And I went Monday to get a new set, did the whole eye exam and all that. I'm pretty blind as a bat. Of course, they're not ready. So, extra importance on the helmet for this trip. We're going to be wearing the helmet the whole time. I cannot afford to lose the prescription goggles. We need to keep them. I was trying to get the second set. Normally, yes, in the gear bag over there is a glasses case with an extra set of prescription goggles. But in this trip, there's not. So if I'm sending an SOS on the interwebs in the middle of this, it's because I'm blind as a bat and need someone's help. But hopefully we don't get to that point. Hopefully we don't need half the stuff I'm bringing, but you bring it anyway, all right? You stay on the safe side. We're bringing it this one without the prescription goggles, but we'll be all right. We'll be fine. Yeah, bringing more than I have with me. We're leaving early in the morning. I might be posting some live updates if you guys want to see that. Maybe I'll do some short videos as I go along on the trip. Once I get back, we're going to have some really cool content for you. Like I said, we're going down. We're hitting at least Pennsylvania, a part of Maryland. We're going to be doing Virginia, North Carolina, maybe South Carolina, maybe Georgia. Haven't got that far yet. But also definitely Tennessee, West Virginia. I'm going wherever the wind takes me on this one, and hopefully that wind isn't produced by a tornado. I know those guys down south are getting a little brutalized right now, but we're going to try to steer clear of that and have a good time. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, concerns, let me know. Subscribe to the channel. This is just the prep work, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing the real riding tomorrow, and I can't bring you live with me on that. Obviously, I'm running in the Stone Ages with some of my equipment this evening, but I promise you, I will have it figured out. We're going to edit some cool videos when I get back, and you're going to want to see them. So, yeah, I think that's it. I think we're wrapping it up. Go to sleep. Be excited. We're going on a road trip tomorrow.